Hello and welcome to the Kingston Town Classic edition of The Box Seat. I'm Brittany Taylor, filling in for Scott Embry, who will be back in the mounting yard on Saturday with all of his selections, but hopefully we can find you a winner or two today. Conditions on Saturday, well, perfect for racing. We're expecting 24-degree day, and with no rain about for the rest of the week, we'll be on a good 4 and the rail is at the true. All right, let's have a look at this first race. It is the Tourism WA Trophy. It's for the juveniles, and we see 8 debutants take on the 2 raced horses, and they both come out of the Crystal Slipper Stakes. Let's have a look at this replay. We're looking at Astrape, who finished 2nd, and Flying Missile, who finished 3rd.
Waters at the top of the home straight, then Diamond Blue, followed behind them Astrape, about to get around their heels. They come to the 250, they Heavenly Waters had headed off Flying Missile, and down the outside is Astrape. The Albany T-rolled. Heavenly Waters though is clear with about 75 to go. It's got them beaten here, Heavenly Waters. Heavenly Waters beat home Astrape. 3rd on the inside, Flying Missile.
That was Astrape's debut run in the Crystal Slipper Stakes. The one thing that stands out is that she is still quite green. We saw it in both the race and in the trials previously. Every time she's hit, you see her tail swish. So we saw that greenness there. I think she'll take an enormous amount of improvement just from the race day experience, and there were plenty of talk about her leading into that first run. So clearly there's an opinion. In for 2nd, I have the horse that finished just behind her in Flying Missile, led on that occasion and did show some professionalism. And then in 3rd and 4th, I have a pair of Rommel fillies. Ultimate Command is the first of them. She looks professional with the blinkers on and gets them on for race day. And then in for 4th, it's Pixie Chicks, who led her trial, the all ladies owned horse. So we'll be sure to hear the ladies cheering, I'm sure, in the first race. 5, 6, 9 and 7 for the opener. Race number 2 is the Crown Perth Handicap over the mile, and an intriguing runner here is the 3-year-old in Bragwell coming out of the WA Guineas. Let's have a look at him in replay.
Into the corner first, booted 2 clear. Rain of Fire got onto the wrong leg, wobbled away. Here comes the filly though, Watch Me Dance. She's coming at MTA, they're well clear of the others. Further back, Dom to Shoot. MTA down to the 100th the leader. Watch Me Dance keeps coming though. It's the filly, Watch Me Dance. She hits the lead, she does too well. What a grand 3-year-old. Watch Me Dance beat him.
Now, I didn't mind this horse in the WA Guineas. He probably got a little bit further back than I had anticipated. Same draw on Saturday, but I think if he can hold a spot just a bit closer to the speed, he has to be right in this. I liked the way he finished off in that WA Guineas. In for 2nd, Phone Me. Settled last in a slow tempo race last start, but finished strongly. He has carried 60 kilos to victory before, so it's a tick there. The one concern I have has had 5 attempts at the mile and has yet to place. But with that being said, in every replay that I've watched where he looks like he's finishing strong enough since he's been with Michael Lane that the mile won't be a problem. In for 3rd, it's Buffunja on the 7-day turnaround, and Tiff Has Spoken, a consistent gelding who is never far away. In for 4th, out of the 2nd race, 11, 3, 9 and 5. Race number 3 is the Tab Touch Better Your Bet Handicap. It's over the journey of 1,100 metres, and the horse I want to focus on in replay is a recent trialer. I speak of Shinju. Now, this has been a horse that traditionally has had pretty short preparations. They haven't got too many runs out of him, which to me says there's probably been some soundness issues along the way. The way he trialled looks like they may be on top of those. Let's have a look.
Turn into the straight, and well back in the field is Interstate, and one of the last is Lucky Heart. Racing down with 350 to go, and on the inside it's Mordor. Wine Knight the outside. Coming through strongly now is Melody Secret for Rosie, and down the outside Shinju. The leader though, Wine Knight doing it well, Shinju, and then on the inside Melody Secret, but Wine Knight from Shinju. Wine Knight beats Shindu, Melody Secret.
That was Shinju at his most recent trial, finishing 2nd to Wine Knight. When you compare the time of that trial as well to the others on the day, it was run in very slick time, and most importantly, I just liked his action. He looked like he was free and effortless, and hopefully that translates to his first up run on Saturday. I feel as though with a horse that has had soundness issues that it may be best just to get him fresh before any wear and tear. In for 2nd, I have another fresh horse, Platocracy from the Simon Miller yard. Has drawn the inside alley, so it's a nice gate for Platocracy. Long Beach, the 5, in for 3rd. 2 starts ago, finished within a length and a half of the Winterbottom winner in Elite Street. Last start, we saw him run 3rd. to Caracapo, who since came out on Saturday and franked that form. The only reason I've dropped him down the order is the fact that he finished alongside Nakovi on that occasion, and Nakovi has subsequently been retired. So just a small question mark on the form there, and he does always go around short. And then in for fourth, it's the very speedy Zeeble, scratched from Thursday for this assignment. So Zeeble in for fourth. My numbers out of the third: 10, 6, 5 and 11. Race number 4 is the Amelia Park Handicap. This is an event for the stayers, a capacity lineup. 8 of these horses come out of the race that was won by Midnight Blue, so I thought this was the important form reference to take a look at.
Outside starting to run on is Midnight Blue. It looked to be cruising. 250 to go. Come right back. Joined now by Midnight Blue. Adornment. Paddy Shadow down the outside. Maserati didn't get clear. On the outside, Midnight Blue hits the lead now from Paddy Shadow. Pike draws the whip. He's back today, the Wizard, and goes home to score.
Well, there's so much to take out of that replay. Taking nothing away from the effort of Midnight Blue, I thought he got a really nice run in transit. When you run through some of the other runners, horses like British Bessie was caught wide, Come Right Back had to make a sustained run, Maserati was held up in the straight for a little while, and all of these factors make me think that perhaps we're looking for a little bit of value here, particularly since a number of these Cerise and White runners have drawn wide. You look at the Midnight Blue drawn 15, Adornment 16, Morning Song 19. Bob has had no luck at the barrier draw. I thought this was a race we could look for some value, and I found one at a big price. $41, and I think even more is available earlier, and that horse is Celtic Diva. Now, this is a mare that hasn't won below 2,000 metres. So far this preparation, we've only seen her at 1,400 and a mile, and last start she went to the line relatively untouched on a heavy 9. So I thought elevating to the stronger distance there, the longer distance rather, that we might see a stronger performance out of Celtic Diva. In for second, I have Maserati. I mentioned just a moment ago, out of that replay of Midnight Blue. Travelled really strongly throughout the race, just was held up in the straight when the others had the momentum. In for third, British Bessie. Covered ground, was 3 deep without cover for much of the race, and Come Right Back in for fourth, the horse that did have to make a sustained run, albeit the barrier looks a little bit tricky on Saturday as well. For the stayers, it's 13, 9, 6 and 3. Race number 5 is the Ascend Sales Jungle Dawn Classic, over 1,400 metres at listed level. And the horse that we're going to watch in replay is Serenity Bay in the Carbine Club Stakes.
Corner at the 275, he led by 2, but Nucky hasn't released the brakes on Laver Rod. He's off the heels of the leader as Money Mahur runs on from Arctic Stream. Serenity Bay starting to finish full of running down the outside. Laver Rod now Nerf Bosk. Nerf Bosk had hit the front. Serenity Bay diving at Nerf Bosk. Nerf Bosk.
Now that was Serenity Bay's first up run. She settled near last and absolutely flew home on that occasion. The thing that really draws me to Serenity Bay is Grant and Alana have always talked openly about how much of a handful this mare has been in the past, and I think with mares like that we tend to see them when they go for a break and they come back for another preparation. We see that maturity and then that elevation, so I'm hoping that can be the case for Serenity Bay. She's another one at an each way price. In for second, Tycoon Storm, a 3-time winner at 1,400 metres. In fact, just a winner in general. She's had 11 career starts rather, and won 6 of those. She's certainly done nothing wrong. She placed in the Jungle Miss last start. She was just held up when that winner had the momentum, but she attacked the line very strongly. In for third, Chantria. Well, and talking about horses that can't do any wrong, Chantria is undefeated going into this. I just wonder whether 1,400 metres might just be a little bit slick now. And in for fourth, Lonsdale Lady. We saw restrained last start as per the pre-race stewards notification. I don't think they need to do that. Drawn 3. 6, 10, 1 and 2, my numbers for the Jungle Dawn. Race number 6 is the Tab Touch Sir Ernest Lestier Classic. This is an intriguing contest here. We know a few of these are emergencies for the Kingston town, hoping to gain a start, but this will be a nice consolation if they can't. The horse that I want to look at in replay is Snickerdoodle Dandy. This is her in the Champion Fillies. She drew 3 on this occasion, and I'm just wondering if that didn't quite suit her. Let's have a look.
With a run, Parnham's hard at work on Snickerdoodle Dandy, back in heavy traffic from Brave Dream. Indigo Blue had hit the front. Watch Me Dance is coming through now in the middle. Watch Me Dance, Indigo Blue from Solea. Brave Dream wider out. Indigo Blue digging in. Watch Me Dance, stride for stride. It's Indigo Blue. Watch Me Dance. Tight. Camera. Can't pick it.
Well, that was Snickerdoodle Dandy finishing 5th in the Champion Fillies. You even have to listen to Chris Parnham post-race in the Beaten Jockeys, and the first thing he said is, I think you'll find that she was the run of the race. She's a horse that probably doesn't appreciate being cluttered away. She needs to build up into her race, and Chris actually said hopefully she draws wide at her next start, and that's exactly what she's done. Barrier 10 looks perfect for her to be able to just build up into the race, and clearly she's a very classy filly. In for second, I have Shantalk. I know there were a lot of question marks on Shantalk going into last start. Could she run 1,200 metres? Well, I think she really proved everyone wrong there. She ran through the line very strongly. Up to 1,400, another question mark, and we need to see her do it. In for third, it's Western Empire. Obviously, this horse is the favourite, and just at the quote, that's why I've just got him down the order a little bit, because you know he's always going to be very short, but what a well-credentialed maiden he is. And then in for fourth is the 11, Solea. Was wide in the Guineas, gets the blinkers on Saturday. 4, 3, 5 and 11. Race number 7 is the Glenmorrie Chaff AJ Skyhill Stakes, and this sees all the top form lines converge. We have 5 horses coming out of the Winterbottom, 3 out of the Railway and 2 out of the Carbine Club. The replay I want to focus on watching is that of the Winterbottom Stakes, just 7 days prior.
Home corner, Durandell gets a run on their inside, then Red Can Man followed by Elite Street, trekking still well back but coming around heels. Here comes Elite Street, it's Elite Street on the outside. Going with him now is Rock Magic and Elite Street into the clear, rattling home Celebrity Queen. Elite Street though, it's Elite Street home in the Winterbottom from Celebrity.
Well, that would have been a tough watch if you were on Celebrity Queen. Was denied Group 1 glory by not much of a margin at all in finishing second. I think on Saturday this can be her consolation. She hasn't run at 1,400 metres before, but the way she attacks the line, you would think that won't be a problem whatsoever. From Flirtini, a horse that finally draws a gate, just maybe a week too late. We know last year in the Winterbottom she drew wide. She drew wide again for this year's edition, and in both years of the Winterbottom we've seen her absolutely storm home from near last. So I think she has to be a major contender. Kementari drops back to 1,400 metres and back to Group 3 company. And then Laverod comes out of that fast run Carbine Club and gets the winkers on. 10, 9, 1 and 8 for the scale. Race number 8 is the feature of the day. It is the People Start Kingston Town Classic, 1,800 metres the journey at Group 1 level. And gee, I love this race every year. We see the Railway Stakes horses converge with the 3-year-olds from the WA Guineas, and in the last 2 years it has been 3-year-old fillies that have come to the fore. However, the replay I want to watch is the Railway.
Them all too close. The sun hit the front. Now McGruddy gets around their heels with Red Can Man, Material Man, Kementari working his way through, and here comes Inspirational Girl. She's starting to thread her way through the field. Inspirational Girl, Pike under hands and heels, ranges up, grabs the lead. It's a winning hat trick for the Wizard and goes home. Inspirational Girl.
Well, that was too close. The Sun finishing second in this year's Railway. It was hard not to be impressed with his performance on that occasion. He settled just behind a very, very hot tempo. It was one of the faster railways we've seen in recent times, and I just think up to 1,800 metres suits him, and he's going to be awfully hard to catch. From Dom to Shoot was a real winner at the barrier draw. This is a horse that just keeps being dealt really bad barriers throughout his campaign, and he's always the hard luck story, flashing home too little too late. I think his barrier draw really, really brings him into it. A horse that didn't quite have the same fortunes at the barrier draw was Inspirational Girl. Of course, we just saw her in replay winning the Railway Stakes, and she is still pretty short in the market. I actually thought that she would drift considerably given the gate, but that's not the case, and William Pike will be looking to secure the double with her, the Railway and the Kingston Town. And then in for fourth, I have the 3-year-old filly. I mentioned just before that 3-year-old fillies have had great success in this race, particularly the last 2 years. Can it be a hat trick of 3-year-old fillies winning the race with just 50 kilos on her back? Watch Me Dance. has the perfect draw as well. So for the big one, the Group 1 Kingston Town Classic, for me, it's Too Close the Sun from Dom to Shoot, from Inspirational Girl, and in for fourth, Watch Me Dance. Race number 9 is the C Corp Handicap, and I tell you what, I found this race particularly tricky. I'm always trying to look around the Cerise and White, Grant Alana Williams and Pike combination, because you just know they're going to be short in the market. But it was very hard not to be taken by this horse's most recent trial. I speak of Dark Mission. Let's have a look.
Outside now to run on as well is Rock and Ruler. 250 to go, and Salubrious is coming with a good run down the outside. Also into the clear is Dark Mission, though. It's starting to thunder down the outside as they give chase to Classic Chant, who's still got the lead. But Dark Mission with big strides. The baldy-faced galloper race to the lead for Pike. And Dark Mission is coming away from Classic Chant. Dark Mission from a photo finish.
Dark Mission looks to have come back in super order. Last preparation, she was only the winner of a Class 3 fillies and mares race, so there were probably question marks on the strength of her form, but it's just hard not to be impressed by that trial and the strength of that trial. I think the way that she was able to get to the line, she looks like she's come back a better and stronger horse, and so often we see that with these gallopers that are a little bit more progressive, that they do just take that elevation from one campaign to the next. In for second, interesting runner, Wine Night. We saw her run first up, and then she went back to the trials. That was in the trial we watched earlier with Shinju. They ran really slick time, so clearly Wine Night back on track. The only thing that I think cruels her chances, the barrier draw. Barrier 15 makes it tough, but I still think she has the ability. Angelic Miss in for third, a last start winner, and has drawn soft, and in for fourth. Oceans 15, my old friend Oceans 15, I've been tipping him week after week and he keeps letting me down, so you watch, Saturday will be the day he does get the blinkers on. In the final race of the day, I have gone 6, 4, 12 and 5. It's now time to nominate my best bets on Saturday's Kingston Town program, and I'm going to jump in early. Race number 2, Bragwell. I'm a big fan of the 3-year-olds taking on the older horses, and I thought he was impressive in the Guineas, albeit getting back a little bit further than anticipated. Hopefully he can hold a spot closer and give us a good run for our money. And then in race number 5, Serenity Bay. I just thought this horse was a nice price. We're getting each way about a horse that was absolutely rocketing home in the Carbine Club. So I'm with Serenity Bay there. Hopefully we've managed to find you a couple of winners for the Kingston Town Classic Day. Look forward to seeing you out here at Ascot Racecourse on Saturday, and may you find plenty of winners.